Okay, so contrary to popular belief, SEO is not dead. I'm aware that a lot of SEOs have sort of moved out of SEO and they're sort of moving into other areas like PPC and things like that because it's gotten very frustrating for them and difficult for them. But by all means, SEO, as far as I'm aware, it's just gotten simpler because you don't need to have large sweatshops, large number of people employed and doing mechanical link building and stuff. You need to just apply your mind a lot more. And if you're aware of what how the new algorithm works, it is easier to rank sites now than it was before. In the sense that you don't have to be running like thousands of tools and things like that, but the the system is becoming easier and it's also more user friendly and it benefits the end user as well because it's all about creating great content and other passing down other signals which are all quality signals and they're all relevant as far as the user experience and the it goes. So there have been plenty of new algorithm updates, and they but the frequency has been going down a little bit since these algorithms came out initially. You've probably heard of Panda, Penguin, Hummingbird, and of course a RankBrain, which is the artificial intelligence component which works on deep learning, and it's sort of built in with Hummingbird. And the new ranking factors are both positive and negative in the sense they help you the algorithm. If you feed it the right stuff, you'll move up positively. But again, if you cross some thresholds in the black hat thing or unnatural link building you're doing or any negative kind of anything that's against the normal way of doing SEO, the sort of white hat way. If you go to one extreme, then your site will get affected negatively. You'll be demoted. The algorithm itself will demote you, or you may get a manual action also, which is a manual penalty, which means your entire site gets de-indexed, and then there's a fairly long process to go back and get it out of that the sandbox. So yes, so the algorithms are both positive as well as negative. I say this because in the past there was like before Panda and Penguin came out, there was no demoting factor. Like if you went out and built spam links, like tons of them, they wouldn't work. Either they would work or they would pass zero value back to your rankings. They wouldn't pass a negative value because at that point of time Google didn't have all these algorithms built into their core. um, the old black hat methods are not working as much as they did in the past because of these new algorithms and methods. um, yeah, and so all of the tools are sort of becoming useless, but they do work at to some extent, but you need to know how to use them. Like for example, don't use them at tier 1, use them at tier 2 and tier 3 link building. I talk about that also later. And you just need to evolve. Make sure you're evolving your knowledge and what you're up to date with these new changing features of the algorithm. I know it's very difficult because people don't talk about this openly, but there are some forums where you can get some good information and some courses, and hopefully I can also help you with this. um, because there is a lot of misinformation out there also, so you may spend a lot of time understanding a concept and then realize it doesn't work when you actually go out there and try it. So just be a little careful with that. Make sure the source of information is credible. Don't believe everything Google tells you. So Google is not to be trusted in the sense they're not going to tell us how the new updates work or how the algorithm works or what the key factors are, because they're a business and they have to protect their intellectual property, and especially they have to protect their ranking algorithm, because if it gets out in the open, uh, then anybody can game it, and then we'll start seeing a lot of web spam that was there like before 2012. That was just a golden era of SEO. It was for the spammers, of course. So it's important to just evolve with the SEO.